It's officially mid December. I have been slowing down, easing into the holidays, the parties, the food, and also getting myself really excited for the year ahead. I'm really hopeful for 2025. I think it's going to be a great year. I am sort of superstitious and I tend to like years that end in odd numbers better. It's just a thing. And one of my biggest things next year is going to be to push my creative boundaries, to push myself out of my comfort zone. I mean, I know I do that, but I am just taking on new challenges and I'm really excited. And this is what this video is all about. So before we get started, I want you to leave a comment and tell me what is something that you want to do next year that you have never done before. Because for me, that's one of my biggest goals and challenges next year. I want to publish a poetry book. I have been writing poems ever since I was a kid, literally, and I think I'm good at it. I love poetry. I love reading, first of all. I think that's where this love comes from. But I also very early on in life wanted to write songs. And it's funny because at the time, not a lot of singers were singer-songwriters. They used to have songwriters and singers, and those were two like completely different entities. And I think that's one of the reasons why I love Taylor Swift so much, for example, just because right around that time when I wanted to like put my feelings on paper, I was just like 10 years old, but I was going through a lot, believe me. A couple of years later, she showed up on the scene and like she had her guitar. I wanted a guitar as well. And that has been such a journey of like finding my voice, finding what I like to write about. And I realized that I only get clarity on my feelings when I write them down. And that usually ends up turning into a poem, whether I like it or not. So I'm very excited about publishing this book because I actually have this book kind of ready for almost a year now. And it's my imposter syndrome and my fear of rejection that stops me. It's going to be self-published for sure, and there's a theme around it. Like it's going to be a lot about mental health and my journey throughout the years. But I need to figure out the cover image, like cover design, stuff like that. So there are a few details pending, and I'm just really excited to get that going next year. I'm not postponing that anymore. The second challenge that I want to tackle is starting a community, and I know that a lot of people are starting communities. Everyone says that 2024 was the year of communities, but I want to do something a little bit different where, and I've mentioned this before, I want to have like one big community where, we have maybe monthly calls, a board where you can interact with a bunch of people, but then inside we also have some smaller groups where you can get together and keep each other accountable. So I'm trying to figure out a way to put that together, but I'm just really excited about this idea because I am not someone who really participates in communities. I joined a bunch this year and it's just not something I make time for. But if I have a small, tight group of people that I meet once a month or twice a month, even, that keeps me accountable, that keeps me motivated and excited about my own projects, not just client work. So that's what I want to bring into this community that I'm only thinking of building for now. I haven't started anything yet. Another creative challenge is collaborating with creators and not just like doing collab posts on Instagram. Because I have this YouTube channel, I really want to interview people. I'm not quite sure how that's gonna go because I'm not sure I have the skills for it. But I would love to have people over and discuss certain topics. Maybe also go on some podcasts, just pitch myself to brands and other creators and really collaborate, like something that's going to be mutually beneficial and collaborating in a way that we create something bigger together than we would just on our own. So collaborating with creators is like such a big thing that I want to do next year. I want to start reaching out to people and seeing how we can join forces, but I'm really excited about that. And then there's another thing that is, maybe it's going to sound kind of weird, but I want to have physical products, and that's going to be under my personal brand. Like I'm not starting a new brand for that. Maybe, if I enjoy the process, I might think of something for the future, but I just want to put out, like cute t-shirts and cute hats and stuff like that with nice phrases. Not, of course, it won't be my name on it. It's just going to be like stuff that I would wear and that I would maybe make for myself anyway. And I'm gonna put that into the world and see if people like it. I also want to make sure that it is sustainable, ethical, and that we kind of build a community around the brand, like the products themselves. I don't know. So yeah, it's, again, these are just like thoughts that I've been having. I haven't started except for the book, I haven't started working on any of these, but I'm just really excited to do something different when it comes to my creativity as well. Because, for example, designing t shirts, that's something I have done before, but very briefly, and it would be nice to get into that. So we'll see. We'll see the collection that we're gonna have next summer, because I think summer is the best time to do that. There are two more challenges I want to mention in this video, and one is kind of related to what I was talking about with my poetry, and that is I want to put out a song. I have been writing songs for like 20 years now, which is insane, and it's been a constant in my life. It's not something that like I pick up my guitar once a year, I write a song and that's it. And I think my songs are good. You know what? I think they're really good. So I really want to test the waters there. That of course is going to be fully a passion project. I'm not intending on making money on that. I don't think I want to monetize something that's so close to my heart and that is just so fragile and vulnerable. I'm not there yet. Of course, if people like it, that will be great, but I just want to take that next step in my musical journey, which is a really weird thing to say because I feel like my imposter syndrome does not let me say I'm an artist, but I am an artist in so many ways. And my musical journey is something that I don't talk about that often, but it's been such a huge part of my life and it helped shape my personality in so many ways that I feel like it's time that I do something more with it and that I feel more accomplished in that area as well. Even if it's just a passion project, I don't think I have the hopes anymore to be, a touring artist or anything like that, like I did when I was a kid. But I still want to show that side of myself. And I have a couple of songs ready. And lastly, I want to launch a template shop and not like Notion templates because I already have a bunch of Notion templates that I sell. I want to sell website templates because I know that custom websites are pretty expensive. The economical situation is not good anywhere nowadays, and I just want to have some affordable options for people. I have started working on this, and this is actually more than a challenge or anything, it's a goal of mine for the first quarter of next year. I want to launch this template shop with at least 3 templates. That's the bare minimum. And I started working on the first one recently. And it's just really exciting because I get to be creative. Like there are no restrictions there. And I have very specific industries in mind. I'm putting a lot of effort there. So it's going to be great. I'm very excited about the first one already. And when I start to work on the second one, I might start recording the process and, just vlogging that. Even if I don't put that out, before the templates go live, I'm still gonna have that documented. So later on I can share with you my learnings. I'm just finding ways to be aligned with my mission of helping small businesses, small creators, because I believe there's space for everyone online. The internet is so democratic. I believe everyone can find their little corner of the internet and build a community there. So I'm just very excited to launch my shop. So yeah, I'll definitely be documenting all of these separately because I want to be able to look back and see what I did right, what I did wrong, and how I felt during the process because it's so true that it's all about the climb. That's the only phrase I could think of. But I feel like it's true. And those are the moments that we look back on and we're like, it really was all about the process and the progress. And I'm really excited to grow as a creative, as an artist, and share that with the world. So if you feel the same, let me know in the comments. If you would like to follow along and see what I come up with, please subscribe to the channel, follow me on Instagram. The link is in the description, and I will see you next time.